Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about the character from the amazing digital circus Jax. Enjoyable viewing. Jax is one of the main characters in the TV series The Amazing Digital Circus. Appearance: normal view, employee of Spudsies. Jax looks like a purple cartoon rabbit whose design is reminiscent of characters from the earliest cartoons. He wears a pink jumpsuit that has a light pink pocket on the front and two yellow buttons that hold a pair of suspenders over his shoulders. He also wears yellow gloves. He has oval eyes with yellow sclera and black rectangular pupils, and two long, solid lilac ears on top of his head. He has thin eyebrows that appear in a variety of scenes. Jax's overall physique is tall and slender, with a rather long neck. Jax's main attribute is the full mouth smile that adorns his face all the time. His smile is dotted with yellow teeth, which he never brushes when talking. Personality: main series, hand-drawn comic by Gooseworks. Jax is a mischievous, laid-back, calm, brash, impulsive, but selfish, evasive and arrogant character with an obnoxious personality who rarely shows a modicum of empathy towards those around him. He is indifferent to his confinement in the digital circus, and this attitude extends to his interactions with others. His disregard for serious matters is evident when, after receiving a rhetorical question about how Remember will handle her predicament and looking smugly at Ragata, he responds to her subsequent question about why he looks at her this way with disdain. "I'd do anything to watch funny things happen to someone." The creator of the series, Gooseworks, claims that no one in the Amazing Digital Circus likes Jax. The reasons for this disgrace can be clearly seen in Pilot, when he maliciously steps on Gangle's already broken comedy mask, or when he throws a bowling ball at the king and Gangle just to hide the fact that Kaufmo has dissipated from the others. He does not take into account the opinions of others, and the general mood of the group does not interest him. Instead of interacting with others, he participates in the overall activities of the digital circus only for his own entertainment or personal gain. Raggett and Gangle are often the victims of his pranks. The first is because of the panic fear of centipedes, which Jax takes advantage of. The second is because of her general melancholic mood and because of her inability to resist his dirty tricks in the form of breaking the masks of comedy, which, again, Jax uses, but this time to entertain himself. Despite his malicious and impetuous behavior, such as destroying the digital spare sign for no good reason, he usually maintains an unexpected calm and reserve. However, his flattery is usually insincere and often borders on outright insulting someone. At the same time, among all the characters, Jax seems to be the most sane of all, because he did not have the prerequisites for dissipation. Jax may be selfish by nature and at first reluctant to help the boys in their mission to collect the gloinks, but the latter only encouraged him to act against them when they began to harass him. Even when the Gloinka Queen accuses him of continuing to watch events unfold despite deeming them dumb and weird, he responds by saying, "I'm not here for adventure. I'm just hiding from," but is interrupted by an absent-minded Kaufmo, who has suddenly fallen from above into the lair of the Gloinka Queen. His manner of speech potentially hints at his only concern, his own well-being in the digital circus. Biography: Jax, like all the other victims of the circus, accidentally found himself in the digital world, wearing a VR headset. He lost his former name and body and became part of the show. Cameo roles: main series, hand-drawn comic by Gooseworks, Pilot. Jax is first introduced in the opening song, in which Pomni knocks him down, knocking down the king, who falls on top of Gangle. Upon seeing Pomni, he asks Kane if she is just another NPC or the new sucker. Jax explains to Pomni that there is no way out of the digital circus, and claims that the king has been here the longest. Jax, on his way to ask Kane if he's got a new adventure in store, steps on Gangle's already shattered comedy mask, sending her into hysterics. Whenever Pomni says she saw a way out, Jax explains that if there really was a way out, they would have left long ago. When Zubble has been stripped of the gloinks, he brushes it off, asking if Ragata and Remember want to take a break. He then teams up with Ragata and Remember to visit Kaufmo, and also teams up with Gangle and King to retrieve the Zubble from the gloinkas and reassemble her piece by piece. After that, the trio of Pomni, Jax and Ragata walk down the corridor where the guests of the circus usually live. Ragata arrives at the door of Kaufmo's room, but since Kaufmo doesn't open the door, Jax states that he has the key to all the doors, opening the door to Kaufmo's room. Upon opening the door, Jax, Ragata, and Pomni are greeted by an absent-minded Kaufmo. Jax thanks his buddy for taking care of his bowling ball, taking it and running away, leaving Ragata and Remember alone with the monster. Later, Jax finds Gangle and King looking at the burrow where the Gluckin took the Zubble. Jax then throws a bowling ball at them, causing them both to fall down, and he jumps after them. They are then all greeted by the Gloinka Queen, as the burrow is her nest. He confronts the Gloinka Queen until they spot the Zubble, who asks them to help her. Jax thinks her call for help is rude and says he doesn't want to help the Zubble. As they watch, Gangle and the King play a game of rock paper scissors to see who will go rescue her. After Kaufmo attacks the Gloinka Queen, Jax, Zubble, King, and Gangle leave, in which Jax tells Gangle ladies forward and then pushes her out of the way, wondering why he said that. When Zubble asks where Pomni is, Jax dodges the question, telling her, "Quiet. I can't hear the escalator." He can be seen later in the feast sequence along with the other members of the circus to the right of Pomni. Interesting facts, when Jax speaks, his teeth are always closed. This small detail can be noticed not only in the appearance of the character, but also if you listen to the official English voice acting. Still, he opened his mouth while being choked by the Zubble, and that was the only moment with his mouth open. According to the creator of the series, Gusworks, Jax is an extremely impulsive jerk with a very unwieldy personality. According to the creator of the series, Gusworks, Jax has a whole heap of problems that he will have to face. Jax and Kane are the only characters to break the fourth wall. Jax looks directly at the camera and comments, "She still thinks it's a dream," after Pomni tries to convince herself that she's dreaming. In pilot, it is revealed that Jax has the key to all the doors. However, in the same episode, it is not revealed how he obtained it. He uses the key anyway, even though more than one door in the circus world has a keyhole. To the question, why doesn't Jax like corn? Gusworks responds on Tumblr, it reminds him of a farm. This leads to the hypothesis that Jax was a farmer during his lifetime, but farm life was a burden to him. This hypothesis is supported by the fact that Jax overalls are very similar to the overalls that farmers usually wear. To add to this theory, the creator of the series, Gusworks, claims that Jax has mulch in his front pocket, a material that farmers use to retain soil moisture. In the early stages of production, Jax was supposed to be a girl and Remember was supposed to be a boy, but this idea had to be abandoned in the end. Thanks for watching, see you in the next issue.